El hoyo.
Sí, el hoyo.
¿Y usted sabe en qué consiste esto del hoyo?
Obvio. Comer
¿Qué vamos a comer?
lo que les sobra a los de arriba.
4 secret tips to start or grow your tech career to multiple six figures in 2024 without stacking up certifications or degrees. Let's dive in. And if you watch till the end, you will also discover why I showed you a scene from the platform movie and the special AI gift that we created in our Cyber Transform labs so you can use to grow your tech career absolutely for free. Tip number 1, make a firm decision. Do you want to be or stay as a commodity in your career? Or do you want to focus on providing value? Because that will be even more important in 2024. Because look, when you take a look at this, and when you take a look at big brands like Apple, Tesla, Nike, they all focus on values because they do not sell commodity. You might think, oh, they're just selling computers, selling shoes, or selling cars. No, they provide value. That's why they stay a lot more profitable than their competitors. Why? Because the buyers are not interested in, for example, for Apple, bits and bytes, the secret resolutions, because maybe Samsung is better, right? From technological point of view. But we see the value in Apple. That's why they are a lot more successful. Or maybe Tesla, or maybe Nike. They're not selling shoes in a way, they do sell. But what do they say in their marketing materials? They say we honor great athletes, we honor great athletics. And in fact, there is a very famous marketing video done by Steve Jobs about this, and he explains everything in detail. You can take a look at that. I'll drop the link below. But your career is no different, my friends, okay? When you approach your tech career, your cybersecurity career, maybe your data career, IT career, if you want to stay as a commodity, you always find yourself trying to learn different things, trying to get all the certifications out there. And unfortunately, most career professionals approach their careers just like that, just like apples and oranges. And that's why they stay stuck. Continue to trade their time to make more money and then face different problems like spending their time away from their families, because the only way to make more money is to work harder or spend more time. And that's something that they don't want to do. That's why they stay stuck. And that's not a place that you would want to be in, because the competition is fierce. You always have to work hard to make more money. But instead, if you change everything around and if you start providing value, even if you are not good enough, let's just say, even if there are some shortcomings on your background, on your skills, because companies are interested in the value that you provide and you position yourself accordingly, you will be a lot more successful. And if you want to stay as a commodity, maybe be a commodity in the technology sector, and if you don't care what kind of companies, what kind of jobs that you will do, if, for example, it doesn't matter if it's working in a night shift, randomly working just to make some extra few bucks. If that's the case, all you have to do, just spend some time to get different certifications from CompTIA, A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, or maybe throw in OSCP if you want to become a penetration tester. Okay, some people choose CEH, that I don't recommend because it's so easy to get and no one cares about it. Or maybe you're interested in GRC roles. Everybody's talking about CISA or CISM from ISACA. It's not that hard to get those certifications. And then after getting those certifications, you can put them on your resume, start applying for tens of different jobs, and maybe eventually a company will get back to you, and then maybe they will offer you an interview and maybe even a job. But is that really what you want? Because you have no control over your career. And it's a lot harder to do. You will waste a lot of time. And unfortunately, most people, even in different boot camps, this is the strategy that they follow. Randomly stack up some training, randomly even spending and wasting time even, because if you don't want to become a penetration tester, what's the point of wasting your time on hack the box, try hackings and all that stuff? But still some people do. Even in different training programs, they push that. And then what you'll find is you have lots of different words and different kind of skills, maybe, on your resume. And when you start applying for jobs, you'll find yourself a commodity because you have no control over what kind of jobs that you want to get, because you maybe didn't even care or didn't spend enough time on that. And then you're at the mercy of those hiring managers or companies. If they like you, if they give you an offer, you have no opportunity to say no. This is the commodity approach. Unfortunately, most people approach it that way. And I don't think that's the best approach. And I don't think it's an approach that works anyway, but still, some people do it. On the other hand, if you want to be a valued professional, especially in the age of AI and ChatGPT, you must make sure that you focus on providing value instead of trading your time, which is very limited. Because this way, you can truly connect with decision makers, hiring managers, and you understand their pain points. And you focus on solving their specific problems instead of building up random skills that maybe you will use, maybe you won't. Because honestly, there will always be something else to learn. And you will never be able to catch up with the skills because it's moving so fast. And tip number 2, produce more high quality work in less time. Because of AI and ChatGPT, the difference between low profile and average professionals will become smaller and smaller. Why? Because there are tons of tools available to create automated resumes, LinkedIn profiles, cover letters, even live help with your interviews using different AI tools. And beyond that, even when doing the job, average professionals, if they do not keep up and if they do not learn higher level skills and provide better outcomes for companies, you know what happens? Entry-level people with very limited background, they can leverage ChatGPT and then they can show their skill set as if they know everything, just like average professionals. So if you do not grow your career and focus on becoming an expert in whatever that you do, especially in the tech field, then you will start competing with even more people because of the easiness of using ChatGPT and how easy it is to get the essential skills and provide entry-level basic solutions for organizations. Because of this, when you focus on being the best, not just from a technical point of view, but also with your authentic marketing, value-driven, solution-driven approach, you will get even more benefits out of this AI age. Because you can produce more high-quality work. Automation will be crazy in 2024. And if you're hesitant to use AI tools, automation tools, ChatGPT, if you know I know better, then get ready for the competition. Why? Because you'll be left behind and you'll be easily replaceable, especially what you do right now or what you want to do in IT, in technology, in cyber. If that's easily replaceable, if there are lots of automations that instead of hiring you, the companies, organizations, employers, they can easily implement a couple of AI solutions, then you know what happens? They will not need you anymore. So that's why make sure that you focus on providing a lot of high quality work in less time. Speaking of which, let me also show you a couple of new developments, although it's not really new, but still most people are still not aware of this. How to use AI, not just doing more work, like using ChatGPT, Bing, there are lots of different AI-enabled solutions, but also with your interview process as well. One product out there is aiapply.co. This is one of the websites. I've never used this before, but there are lots of different products just like this. And this is why an average professional versus entry-level someone who doesn't know much about the industry or doesn't have enough skills, the difference will be smaller and smaller. Okay, so you can just take a look at this, and you don't need, by the way, products like this. You can directly use ChatGPT, but the pro version, to create specific cover letters. You can upload the documents and then ask for recommendations as well. And another one, for example, Lockheed Martin. Maybe you've seen this before, but let me just show this video. It's really fun. So, for example, interviewer asking this question.
Let me think about it. Aerospace engineering selecting materials for high temperature applications.
It's like Copilot on his screen, and the guy is just reading it. And another one is this. You can take a look at different resources under AI Center AI. And this is Ikut. And just listen to this.
Your development areas. What do you have identified as your greatest and biggest improvement areas? And what have you done to improve them so far?
I'd say my greatest development area is my communication skills. I work on improving ideas.
Literally reading on the screen. And you might be asking, okay, but he's reading on the screen. Yes, there's this maybe being like an actor or convincing himself as he really knows what he says. But many times interviewers might not maybe understand. And if you're thinking, okay, maybe that's a Zoom video interview and they can just take a look at the eyes as well. But let me just tell you a tool, Decrypt. With Decrypt, you can record a video and then you can quickly change and update your eye as if you're looking directly into the camera. Right now, they don't have this live feature, but I'm sure in the upcoming months, maybe less than a year, we'll have these things as well. As if you are recording this, I'm looking at the camera right now, but actually I'm reading something, okay? And then on the flow, directly, the camera, the processor will update the image as if I'm looking into the camera. That's why there are so many recent exciting developments in this field. And if you're wondering how we are coping with the recent developments of ChatGPT and AI world, we obviously take part in this. And here's what we've been working on recently. As you probably know, we help professionals start or scale their careers to multiple six figures in tech and cybersecurity as soon as 8 weeks. And to get there, we do a lot of work. Lots of done for you, manually updating and creating resumes for our students and for our clients, the people that I help. And it takes lots of time, lots of energy. And we thought about it, like how can we make it easier? How can we make it faster so that they get the best help and they understand what they need to do? Not like random AI, but a specific set of knowledge base. To enable this, we started creating our own GPT, okay? And let me even show you how does this work. This is a feature with the pro version of ChatGPT 4. And what you can do, you can train your data set by uploading what you know, by uploading the content, the materials. And we started uploading everything in our flagship program to this GPT. So this way, you can literally ask questions and get help directly as if you are talking with an expert like myself or other coaches in my team. Does that make sense? So this way you can accelerate the process. And as a bonus, now that you're watching the video, we will also share this with you, this special hidden link. And all you have to do, just follow the link below, just enter your email and name, and then we will share this with you so that you can chat. And the difference is, once again, when you start chatting with ChatGPT, okay, AI, it collects the information from random and open sources, different entry points, data points that the system collects the data from. But when you use a specific GPT like this one, obviously we train this data set with our knowledge, with our skill set. This way you will get the right help, right support, as if you're already working directly with me. Does that make sense? So there are lots of exciting developments in this field. Tip number 3, make decisions fast, change them slow. The world is moving too fast, more than ever. In just a few short days, new businesses are being created, especially with the AI and ChatGPT age. They start operating, they start selling their products and services. So when it comes to your career decisions, be it choosing your ideal niche in technology or cybersecurity, or maybe which training to choose from, or where you should work with, whom you should work with, a mentor, a career coach, getting some help, etc., do not sit on the fence. Make the move and go all in. Because at the end of the day, let's just say you choose X person or Y person, or maybe X training or Y training, or maybe even a certification or this, that, whatever. Instead of thinking about it forever, just pick one and go for it. As long as you make a decision, you move towards it, then that means you're progressing towards your goal. But if you stay stagnant exactly where you are, many times that's exactly why most professionals do not grow in their careers, because they're in the thinking mode instead of taking action mode. Let's just say you make a decision, you choose something, a solution, a training, a mentor. Even if that's not the best decision, or even a bad decision, let's just say, it is way better than making no decision at all and staying exactly where you are. And we get that all the time. People reach out to us to get some personalized support and feedback, but they're so afraid to make any decision at all. They just stay exactly where they are. And when I check in with them after 6 months or even a couple of years, I find them exactly at the same space. So many times even worse, because the world is moving too fast. They're getting older, new people join the tech industry. And what's even worse is if you are not in a role that's paying what you're worth, you're probably living on the table anywhere between 5K to 20K every single month. And if you wait for 6 months to make a simple decision, that's costing you tens of thousands of dollars because of the tuition you are paying to the university of not knowing. Especially in 2024, time is of essence. When you put your head to something, when you decide on something, don't be afraid to take action. Go towards it. Make sure that you commit to your goals and do not stay stagnant. And finally, tip number 4, focus on the hidden job market. In the tech sector, it's just like a food chain. Best roles are never advertised. Even if they're being advertised, it's just to follow companies' HR policy regarding anti-discrimination. And because of that reason, many times people think, oh, take a look at the job market, take a look at the ads. They're not paying well enough. It's not available. Companies are firing people. That's because you're only seeing a small section of what's happening behind the scenes. So if you don't want to end up with the worst roles out there, start taking advantage of that hidden job market. And here's how to do this. It's very simple. Identify the companies using different resources like LinkedIn, Google, or even ChatGPT, and focus on your first and especially second and third degree connections. Because guess what? Many times people think, oh, it's my first degree connections that my network is. So if I don't know anyone in cyber or in the companies that I want to work with, I'm doomed. It's not going to work for me. It's not true. Many times, according to statistics too, people get opportunities from their second degree and third degree connections. Take a look at them, take a look at where they're working, and see if you can get referrals. It's very simple to do when you are focused on specific jobs and specific opportunities. If you don't know what you want, if it doesn't matter where you want to work with, what kind of companies that you want to help, this hidden job market and approaching referrals will not work for you. So once again, when you find the intersection between the companies, opportunities, organizations that you want to work with, and your connections, your first, second, and the third degree connections, then all you have to do is just that focus on that intersection. This way you can get referrals and find yourself in informational interviews simply by sending a very simple email or message like this. And then the best course of action is picking up the phone and start calling people. And you might be scared. It's okay, I get that. But I can also guarantee you 99% of your competitors are not doing this either. They're waiting for new job adverts to be published. That's why there's fierce competition when it's online, okay? But imagine this, there's an opportunity and you start sending emails, you start picking up the phone and calling people and recruiters. And guess what happens? Even if you don't have enough skills, even if, let's just say your background is not strong enough, because your marketing and sales, they're so strong, they compensate it and you'll get those ideal tech opportunities, especially in the cybersecurity, way better and way faster. And that's another reason why you can land better jobs, even if you have limited skills or experience, because you reach out to organizations before everyone else and be known in the marketplace and it works so well because that's a massive marketing and sales approach that you're following. So that's it. We covered the 4 very important strategic steps, hidden steps that you can start executing today to guarantee your success in the technology field, in the tech careers, in cybersecurity careers in 2024. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop your questions below. I'll get back to them one by one, and you'll get the personalized help and support this way. And especially in 2024, don't settle for a job that you don't love. Life is too short. Make your move, make your mark, and you can do this, okay? So if you have any questions at all, don't forget to drop your questions. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you smash that subscribe button and like the video. Get back to me. And look, if you have further questions or if you want to learn the detailed strategy of how to do this, how to make this happen, don't forget to visit www.com and learn all the details of how to get started in your ideal tech career as soon as 8 weeks, including all the bonuses and all the details that you need. Just take a look at that website as well. And I will see you in the next episode. This is Cyber Career Transformer Emin, and I will see you in the next episode.